yeah, a lot of things are going on. In the house here tonight, you guys, I'm very happy she was able to make it. A lot has been going on. My mom, once again, here at my special, is in here. Where you at, Ma? No, you're out here. Oh, there she is. Ándale. She almost didn't make it here tonight, you guys. Almost. A month ago, my mom got admitted to the hospital. She got a little sick. Somebody forgot to take their medication. I don't need it. ¿Pa qué? ¿Pa qué necesito? Yeah. Remember that? Remember that, right? Anyway, Ma. Sorry, I have to throw it at her so she makes sure she takes her medicine. Gotta give my little shout outs right now. Right here in the front row, you guys, if anybody saw my last DVD in the bonus features, this gentleman right here, Fred Franco, has attended over 250 of my shows. Over 250 of my shows. In about 5 or 6 different states. At first, my girlfriend was like, psycho! But he's not. He's cool. We've hung out with him. Just one of the greatest fans ever. And so I have to give him his props. You know, he took some time off of work to come out here. So thank you, Freddie. Man. Cabrón, you're die hard. Please don't ever turn psycho, please. Because I have some psychos out there. They'll show up and they'll hang out by the car. Gabriel. It's funny because this is my third special. In the last special that I did a bunch of references to police officers. And they weren't exactly flattering references or jokes. You know, I was just kind of like saying, you know, the whole donut thing. And apparently, they became fans in some weird way because I started getting phone calls to do police functions. In December, I had 5 Christmas parties. I got a phone call from my agent, and he's like, Gabe, check it out. CHP, California Highway Patrol, wants to hire you to do a show. I go, really? What does it pay? They want you to donate your time. I think I'm busy. They told me to let you know you have a warrant in the city of Fresno, California. I'm like, oh, they're good. So I did the show, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. It was one of the scariest shows I ever did. A room full of nothing but cops. Everybody's drinking a lot. And I'm scared because if they get ghetto, who do I call? You know, I got to go out in the parking lot and find some gang member. Hey, back me up. So the show went good. It went so good that they asked me to do another show in California, in San Diego, for the California Highway Patrol Border Division. And I tried to make up an excuse that my car wasn't working right. They said, no worries, we understand. They sent a patrol car to my house with a freaking uniformed officer. And I was like, oh my God. Best part was I didn't tell my family he was coming. Oh yeah, sometimes you have to create your own entertainment. It was hysterical. 5 o'clock rolled around. I'm like, he should be here any minute. Sure enough. Frankie, can you get the door, please? Okay, Gabriel. So he goes to the door, comes back, and he's got like, you know, he's like, Gabriel, the police are here. Why are you whispering? Because something's going to happen. When he said that, I'm like, oh, I got to freaking let him have it now, right? I said, oh my God, Frankie, they found me. What do you mean, Gabriel? I got to go, Frankie. I got to go take care of your mom for me, okay? I love you. No! I gotta go, Frankie. And I saw the officer. I said, pretend you're arresting me. I want to freak out my kid. No problem. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. I can't reach. Just hold my hand. Walk me to the car. Just walk me to the car. Come on, just walk me to the car. He doesn't know the difference, dude. Just walk me to the freaking car. Come on. I get to the cop car. He throws me in the back seat, right, and slams the door. And I ask him, is it okay if I yell out the window to freak out my kid? You want to use the microphone? Yeah! Freaking... Here you go, sir. And he hands me the microphone, and I said, Frankie, this is the police. We have your father. We're coming back for you in 1 hour. Do your homework. 1 minute later, my girlfriend calls me. You're an ass. What's he doing? He's doing his homework. That's called parenting, baby. He got even with me, though. He totally got even with me. I walked in the kitchen one morning. He's sitting there and he looks at me and he goes, Gabriel, I have a question for you. What's a hooker? What did you say? What's a hooker? Where did you hear that? I was watching HBO and there was a commercial for a show called Hookers at the Point. It said this Saturday at 11:30, check out all the hookers. What's that mean? Oh, that means we're going out Saturday. What's a hooker? Let it go, dude. Tell me. You don't need to know. Tell me. Frankie, that's for adults. You said it was an adult. I said you eat like an adult. And what you do in the bathroom, you are grown up, trust me, but you don't need to know what a hooker is. He throws a fit in the kitchen. Hooker, 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 hooker. What are you doing? Hooker. He won't stop. I don't know what to do. So I snapped. Quit it! And he stopped. And apparently his mom heard that. And as soon as I yelled, oh my God, he went from being my son to my girlfriend's little cub once again. And here she comes from the other side of the house, mama lion to protect her little, ha, ya hele, baba be, mama. I can see her coming. Oh my God, he wants to know what a hooker is. And that's why you're yelling? Tears, right? You said if he had any questions, he could come to you. I didn't know he was gonna ask me that. You said, don't worry, baby, I'm the man, I'll take care of it. Tell him. Are you serious? Tell him now. Frankie, you wanna know what a hooker is? Yeah. Those are your mom's friends. They don't like me anyway. At least now when they come over the house. Frankie, who's at the door? Hookers are here. My buddies are like, what did he say? Happy birthday. Oh my God. Noticing we got a soldier in the front row, man. How you doing, bro? U.S. Army? Thanks for coming, man. What's your name? I can see, I can read the last name, Fuentes, but what's your name? What's that? Ricardo. You're in El Paso. Ricardo, cabrón. Save Ricardo for over there, okay? Aquí, Ricardo, chingada. I want you to sound like you're in one of those novelas. Who is it? It's Ricardo. Did you bring a pistola? Sorry, man. I'm just giving you a tough time, man. But thank you for coming, man. Thank you for what you do. Seriously, bro. On top of that, we were trying to figure out this whole thing with Netflix and doing a new special. And during the pandemic, 2020 especially, it was not even a possibility of assembling a few people, much less a stadium. So Netflix made it clear, we need a new special sooner than later, okay? This was right before they didn't have Squid Games yet. You remember?
Red light.
Yeah. Some of you are like, that's racist. No, that's accurate. That's really good. So anyway, Netflix said as soon as there's an opportunity to record a new special, we need a special. So with time going by, there became two options for recording a special in late 2020. One was Florida, and the other was Texas. Some people from Texas cheering? Yeah? Okay. You could cheer all you want. That's where I got COVID. Yeah, chingate esa. So here's the story. So I had done shows before, in Texas, and I had never done a show in San Antonio. So the original plan was we wanted to record a special in San Antonio for the new Netflix show, for the series. So we couldn't really travel too much. And remember, they kept telling us, stay in your bubble, stay in your COVID bubble. Don't forget to stay in your bubble. So in order to be as proactive and just careful, we all went out there together as a team, okay? And then we all basically said, we're going to do a residency in San Antonio for 30 days. 30 shows in 30 days. And on the last day, we'll record a new special.
this way it gives me a chance to start performing again because it'd been over a year since I touched the stage. And so we get there and they gave me the option. Do you want to stay in a house or do you want to stay in a hotel? And I said, well, I've never lived in Texas before, so let's see what a house feels like. So they got us like this fancy Airbnb, and basically, it was Martin, Alfred, my friend Rick, myself. It was like 4 of us. It was like the Mexican version of the real world, okay? So we're all in this big house together. Everyone gets their own room. And so, of course, I get the big room because it's me. And, look at some. No. Yes. So I open up the door. I turn on the light. Click. And I'm like, this is a beautiful room. Wow, look how big it is. And then I notice there's a hole in the wall. And I said, that's weird. So I get really close to the wall. And when I got close, I realized it's not a hole. It's a big-ass roach. And let me tell you, I am not exaggerating when I tell you that cuca was this big. That roach was this big. Now, I have used this unit of measure before to exaggerate. And let me tell you, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that freaking cucaracha was this big. And I don't want you guys thinking, oh, what, you think you're too good for roaches? No. I grew up with roaches my whole life. My mom and I, we lived in apartment buildings, projects. We always had roaches, but they were different. First of all, they were this big. And California roaches are very different. Okay? For example, when you turn on the light, they scatter. In Texas, he chilled. In California, they respond to sound and movement. Ah! Scatter. I tried my California technique on this Tejano roach. I said, ah! And the roach was like, what? Oh my God, I don't think he's in my room. I think I'm in his. And at that moment, my tour manager walks in the room and she's like, is everything okay with the accommodations? I said, no, the room is beautiful, but look at the wall. Aw, there's a hole in the wall. I said, get closer. She gets up to the wall and she's like, oh, it's a big ass roach. I said, you're okay with that? She said, he's not in my room. She can see that I'm visibly bothered by this roach. So she's like, would you like me to take care of your little friend for you? And it is a little emasculating because I'm a big guy and she's like 5'2". So she's like, move, fool. She takes off her shoes, she grabs it, she gets up on a chair, and she brings it back, and she's like, soy la 69. Bam! Nailed that roach. Threw down her shoe, put it on. I look at the wall, and it kept moving. And I said, you have angered our friend. And she was like defensive. Fool, round two. So she grabs her shoe, gets back up on the stool, and she brings it back. And just as she's about to nail this roach for the second time, that shit started flying. It was a Harry Potter roach. Oh, man, mira. She's ñañaras, man. So anyway, we were there for 27 days. And for some reason, on the 27th day, out of a team of 30 people that were there to film a special, I was the only one that tested positive for COVID-19. No one else got it. Not Martin, not Alfred, nobody. And I told Martin, dude, I don't know where I got it. And he said, I think you got it from the roach. Anyway, on top of dealing with COVID, and by the way, a sincere apology to the city of San Antonio because I was supposed to tape a special with you guys, and clearly for obvious reasons we couldn't do it. But I hope you understand why I had to do this tonight. On top of dealing with COVID, the vaccine situation, I come to find out someone was trying to extort money from me. Yeah, and they weren't even family. So chingate esta, watch. I get a phone call from my manager telling me that someone reached out claiming to have video footage of me being inappropriate with models. Yeah, see? Look at it. You guys are like me. Yeah, I'm like, I need to see it too. Now, no disrespect to any woman who has ever given me the opportunity. But none of them were models. Maybe a couple of cochinas from West Covina, maybe. But they were not models. They were not models. They were just good citizens. Thank you. So anyway, they said I had until 9 a.m. to make a deposit of $50,000 into an account, or they were going to release the footage to TMZ and my career was going to be over. When I got the message, it was already 6 p.m. So I had missed the deadline by like half a day. So I was like, well, let me turn on the TV, still, see if I still got a job. And clearly this is the first time you guys are hearing about this because there was no footage. They were just trying to scare me into giving them money. The only reason why I'm telling you the story is because only 50,000? Like seriously, that's what my career's worth? Don't get me wrong. I know when I said 50,000, some of you were like, oh, and it is a lot of money. But if you're going to go after a celebrity, $50,000 is really low. Like, to put into perspective, they did the same thing to Kevin Hart. And with Kevin Hart, they hit him for $10 million. $10 million, which lets me know where I stand on the comedy totem pole of success. There's Kevin Hart with 10 million, and I am like the Groupon of extortion.
Where'd you get your extortion? Got that shit at Ross. It was on clearance.
$50,000. You can't even buy an Escalade with $50,000. That is like a Hyundai Sonata at best, okay? And that's like a base model. Like, you still gotta do this shit to the window, you know?